Okay, let's go.
Hello, welcome to Start of the Issues. I'm Lalo.
I'm Jens.
Who am I?
You're Jeremy.
I'm Jeremy.
Today we're talking about Marvel's biggest success in the late years.
Really?
Is that biased or is that true?
That is true. Not that well. Okay.
Financial success.
In the beginning of the century,
Beginning of the century.
Marvel had an idea. They tagged Brian Michael Bendis and artist, Mark Bagley.
I didn't know he had a name for it.
Shut up. And artist Mark Bagley to do the Ultimate Universe.
Yes.
And that's what we're talking about today.
So this is the first Ultimate Universe thing.
Yes.
Mark Bagley and
What was the
Brian
earliest
Michael
Ultimate?
Bendis started the Ultimate Universe, and that's who they made it into the biggest success they've ever had.
First, I want to reference
And it
this really
started
fast.
this way.
Where have all the cookies gone? Where have all the cookies gone?
Or have all the cookies gone?
It's Hershey's.
Okay.
Where did I go wrong?
I lost a cookie.
So, the Ultimate Universe started as an idea.
Start
Editor in
with an
chief.
idea. Get all the
It
superheroes.
There was an idea to create a bigger universe where Brian Michael Bendis can do whatever the crap he wants for over 160 issues and going forward. He can kill Peter Parker. He can be the only one. Yeah, Peter Parker dies at the end of this book.
Well, yeah, because
Well, thank
And
you for
then-
spoiling it for
you
everyone.
didn't have to say it was in this book, though.
Yes.
It's not in this book.
Into the Spider-Verse,
It's-
Peter Parker, basically.
In the in the Ultimate Spider-Man series, this Ultimate Spider-Man series, not the Miles Morales one,
Yes.
Peter Parker dies in that
And then Miles
series.
Morales comes up.
And then Miles Morales comes to be.
Same
Like
universe.
in the movie.
Quick question: was the second version of Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield, was that supposed to be the Ultimate Universe?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
The Amazing Spider-Man
So he was
series,
supposed to die in the third one? or
the
something?
Amazing Spider-Man saga was based upon the Ultimate Universe. Most of the big ideas,
Was he
but most of the big ideas are mostly ideas from the original continuity.
Do you think he was supposed to die in the third one?
Continue.
I don't know.
I bet he would have gotten at least 4 movies and then died, and then we would have seen Morales.
Yeah, but
But it never was.
but never happened because Amazing Spider-Man 2 ended.
Instead, we got
Everything.
Post
we
Malone.
got Tom Holland, y'all.
And we got Spider-Man listening to Post
Yay.
Malone.
It's okay. We can go
Miles
back
Morales.
to Tobey Maguire. That's good.
We can go back to Andrew Garfield and I would be fine with it.
Yeah, Tobey Maguire was the OG, and he was the best.
Anyway, this is
According
70
to-
pages. What the?
This book, actually, we're going over
My
the
boy
first
had
volume.
organic webs. I'm just saying.
That's gross. That doesn't work at all.
Organic Webs is wax, from what I hear.
Spider.
What's it even made of?
We're actually going over the first volume of the Amazing
Fourteen.
Ultimate Spider-Man because it's kind of the same thing. It's the same thing as Ultimate Spider-Man, as any Spider-Man story actually.
Yes.
So the book starts in a lab.
Yes.
Lab?
Well, in a laboratory.
I thought you said laugh at first.
Osborne Industries actually.
Oh.
And they're testing a spider.
Yes.
The first genetically engineered spider that will become the spider that bits Peter Parker.
Okay.
And they're planning. And Norman Osborn has this idea of like
What
we're
do they want-
making
what are
we're
they trying to
making
do with the spider?
gods. They want to create super soldiers. They want to recreate the super soldier
Using a
series.
spider bite?
Yeah. Basically, the whole idea of like, and Nick Fury says this a lot throughout the whole series of Ultimate Spider-Man. The next war will be a genetic one. That's the idea of like the book.
No,
The next-
War.
That's from the last episode of
That's Life Story. That's a
That's
different
Life Story.
universe.
That you haven't heard of it.
Well, and also there's also what is it? The
And-
blue guy, Dr. Manhattan. What's that?
Powerless.
And the first, they make the spider. The spider is working. The spider is alive, and it's gonna work.
They
apparently,
recreate
hopefully.
the spider?
No, they
or-
made the spider.
Okay. So this
And
is
he gives it
before.
to a lab assistant,
Why?
and he chucks it into the jar,
It killed
and
it.
then it escapes.
Because you shouldn't throw a spider across the room in the jar and
especially if
expect
it's
to
one
land.
especially if it's one that turns people into super soldiers.
And we meet Peter Parker, and Peter Parker is a loser.
Solid.
He's a Parker.
He is bullied by everyone. And they're at the mall.
Is he the same age as he was when he got bit in the other one?
He is 15.
Just a bit younger.
By the way, this is the year 2000.
older.
This is taking place in the year 2000. So when it came out.
Whack.
And Peter Parker is bullied by Flash Thompson. And Mary Jane is here. She is like, she doesn't stand up for him. She doesn't stand up for him.
Did she do that in the other one?
No. Actually, Mary Jane,
Never does.
Mary Jane met Peter Parker and started to meet him like fully when they were in college.
Yeah.
In the original continuity, at
But in
least.
this one, they know each other already.
But in this one, they live across the street.
They don't really know each other.
They know each other. They were friends when they were younger, but they got
Now
separated.
he's a loser and she's not a loser.
They got separated through life.
Yeah.
Life happened. Life happened. And Peter Parker's alone at the foot court, and everyone's just bullying Peter Parker. And they're throwing chips at him.
As you do.
As all high
And he
schools are,
throws a taco.
obviously.
And this new character created by Brian Michael Bendis, who looks a lot like Brian Michael Bendis, Kong, is a new character created in the Spider-Man mythos. He looks a lot like Brian Michael Bendis. Like, I'm gonna show a picture right now of Brian Michael Bendis, and then I'm gonna look at it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now I'm gonna show a picture of Kong here in the Ultimate Universe.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, we're back. And and Uncle Ben comes in. It's like, are they bothering you? Uncle Ben is an aging hippie.
Yeah.
Why is Uncle Ben in
In the food court
Yeah.
at the mall, because he thought Peter Parker would be there. And
Before you were born.
Okay.
I remember you before you were born.
it's like, you should hang out more with her. She's a really nice girl, and you're weird, Peter Parker. You're weird. You need to get more friends.
Oh.
And
Okay.
we meet Harry Osborn. Harry Osborn is in high school with Peter Parker.
Yes.
Unlike in the main, in the main continuity.
For the first bit, he is, yeah. Is he?
Yeah. And he's like best friends with Peter Parker.
Oh.
He's Peter Parker's best friend.
He looks like a full-grown adult.
But also, Peter Parker doesn't have a lot of friends, so he could be a total jerk
to him.
No.
and be his friend.
No,
and
he's
it's a
really
best friend.
nice. He's really nice. to
If
Peter.
all of my
In
friends
the Ultimate
suck,
Universe.
then the one that sucks the least is technically
Your
the
best
best.
friend, yes.
Ouch, that's a dark way to look at
True.
it. It's true,
It's
but
not true for me, but like for him, might be.
Well, dude, best friend, you suck the least.
he's Peter Parker's best
Goblin,
friend.
I mean, come on.
He doesn't turn into a goblin.
And this.
No, actually,
Ben,
Yes.
don't say anything.
yes, he turns into the hobgoblin.
Stop
the
saying.
hobgoblin.
Oh, okay, that's way further.
That's a hobgoblin.
That's way far.
That's way into the story of Spider-Man, of Ultimate
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
So he's not mean. He's just like a chill
He
dude.
is.
He's like
Hey, he's a good guy thinking that
He's a guy.
he's a good guy,
being nice.
but he's
to you.
also a rich kid who is like, hey, could you help me with my homework?
I gotta be honest. He looks like a full-grown man, though.
He looks like a
Yeah, because he's a rich kid.
he's a rich kid. That doesn't have anything.
They always creepily like they'll be short from like when they're a little kid to an old kid. They still look like they're 21.
Are you reflecting upon Batman?
Yes.
Oh my god.
And they're playing.
Flash Thompson's
They're
Batman.
playing basketball, and Peter Parker sucks at it. He sucks at basketball so much. And at the house,
He even has the same.
Why does he look
glasses.
like John Lennon? Peter
How does
Parker looks like John Lennon.
How does it feel that Peter Parker has the same glasses?
at the house is. At the house, they're talking, and Aunt May is like, he's weird.
Wow,
doesn't-
everyone thinks he's weird, bro.
That's like his whole family's
Oh,
It's just
bald.
a dinner table with Uncle Ben and
John Lennon. drinking
Uncle
juice.
Ben, Aunt May, and Aunt May is like, we have to do something about Peter. Because
Let's
he's
give him the
weird.
spider.
Oh, Peter, you're right there.
Oh, Peter, what's up? Hey, we're talking trash.
I forgot about you because no one ever notices you in your life.
And he goes to the
Right.
he goes to the basement, and that's where kind of where.
Fucking a baby Yoda.
Oh, Ray Liotta, Private Select.
Anyway, back into the book.
I don't know.
You guys are weird.
Wait, oh, that is. That,
I'm sorry, I
thought that was a
addicted to
distillery.
Star Wars
I thought
right
that was a
now.
distillery, but it's a furnace.
It is
Peter Parker
hard.
is working with Harry Osborn on their homework, and Harry Osborn flips out a board.
That is way too complicated of math for high school homework.
It's not. It's not though. It's not his.
It totally
That's not
is.
their homework.
I'm in calc right now.
Oh, that's
This
just the
is,
background work that he's doing.
No, that is Peter Parker. That is a
Spider-Man
formula
work.
that his father has been working on for years, before he died.
Oof.
It's the webbing formula.
Oh.
Like,
Why would his father be working on it?
Because he was a scientist, and that's how I explained to you that Peter Parker is a scientist, and he was working on a special project until he got killed.
You mean Peter's dad?
Peter Parker's dad, Richard Parker. Yes.
Richard Parker is the same.
Hey, spoilers.
Richard and Mary
Epic
Parker.
spoilers for the book in this.
And
I guess we're about to.
no,
but-
this is background knowledge that
We're not gonna do
you should know for this.
Oh.
And Harry Osborn is like, he goes home to his father. He's like, hey Dad, we're having a field trip at Oscorp, like in the movie, like in the original Spider-Man movie, and we're having a. Would you mind giving us a
Like
tour?
in the second version of the Spider-Man.
No,
Yeah.
it's the
That's
first
blood.
Spider-Man movie. And the one from
Oh, yeah.
2002, they go to the Oscorp, and when they get here,
Yeah.
Peter Parker suddenly feels something burning in his hand after a while of walking, and he's bitten by the spider, and he flails it. He just boom throws it away, and it lands on Mary Jane's boobs.
That's one way to say it. Okay.
Yeah, it lands on her chest,
That's
and
a
he
better way
just
to say it.
scrapes it off, and Kong smashes it.
And it doesn't bite anyone else.
It doesn't bite anyone else. Kong smashes it and kills it.
Peter's just like in
No,
constant pain.
They find out, and they're like, Peter,
He's
are you
blacking
okay?
out?
Peter, and he blacks out during school.
Or at the Oscorp.
He blacks out, and when he wakes up, he's on the bus. He's on the way back.
Wait, he's on the bus
They don't
and
take him
not
to the
in
hospital. They don't take him to the hospital.
He wakes up in the bus, and
This is in 2000.
Some random spider bit him and they didn't.
no,
go
he
straight
wakes
to-
up in the bus, and they're on the way to the hospital.
Why would you take the bus to the hospital? There is a plenty.
It's a
of,
school field trip.
There's plenty of
Dude,
agents.
this guy is smiling while this is all happening. He's
That's
like,
Norman Osborn.
There's plenty of
No,
agents.
this guy.
Norman
Oh,
Osborn
the
himself.
bus
the bus driver's smiling while Spider-Man is freaking
I can
dying.
show a picture.
Not speeding over there.
He's just like, hey guys, I'm fine.
No.
I just want to do
There's
it
plenty
there.
of agents who have cars who could have driven the kid.
And on the lab, and Norman Osborn then hears about it, and they have a real conversation too. Like, can we expect a lawsuit from the Parkers? And his assistant's like, nah, they'll sue the school.
So does Norman now know that probably it's Peter Parker who's going to be a super soldier?
He says, school have no money, they'll sue us.
My.
And he's like, if we have set culpability by sending any money, by paying the hospital bill. And Norman has been like, no, just pay the hospital bill and send a fruit basket. And because I want to make sure that I have an eye on this kid.
For the fruit basket.
And when he wakes up, and he gets home, he's like Aunt May and Uncle Ben are talking about it, and like, I don't know what we're gonna do, like, wada. And
No,
back on school.
Do about his, like, weirdness or his, like, bite?
About this.
Oh, the bite.
Back at school, Kong and Flash Thompson have this game where they, like, kick Spider-Man.
But
kick
Flash
Peter-
Thompson's a nice guy.
Flash Thompson is a bully. It was
Oh,
Peter Parker's-
who is it? Who's the other guy? Oh, Harry Osborn, yeah.
Flash Thompson and Kong have this game where they kick Peter Parker like 5 points for the backpack or 10 points for the butt, and Kong is about to hit him, and Spider-Man grabs his foot and flings him backwards and pushes him back.
And he lands straight on his face.
He lands straight on his he lands on his face, and Peter Parker's like,
Oh.
and everyone's like, whoa, what a loser, Parker! Why did you do that? Why do you have to make it all serious? And he's like, and passes out.
He blacks out.
He
again.
blacks out.
Oh, wow.
He wakes up in the nursery's office, and they're trying to like
Sedate him.
pinch him. No, they're trying
his
to
blood.
take blood from him,
Oh.
and I think he breaks the needle,
Yeah, his skin's that strong. That's...
and he's like, okay, and Osborn is getting
No,
all.
they do take his blood.
Oh, they do take
It
his
breaks,
blood.
I think it's like, it doesn't work at first, and then they use a needle.
Yeah,
They use a bigger one.
they use a bigger one,
Mhm.
and they have and Osborn hears about this,
Yes.
and it's like, well, crap,
We'll just take his blood then.
we did it.
Vulture?
No, it's not the Vulture.
It looks like Vulture.
The Vulture doesn't show up until like later in the story.
Dude.
And Peter Parker's like, okay, time to kill him.
Not Peter Parker,
You mean Osborn?
Yeah,
Peter
Osborn.
Osborn is like, okay,
let's kill Peter Parker.
time to
That's
kill him. And they're gonna run him over with a car. And the Spider Sense goes off, and he jumps out of the car, jumps out of the way, and it's like, and the driver just pulls out a gun and Norman Osborn is like, abort, abort, no, this is awesome. We have a legit experiment going on right here. Don't kill him. And Peter Parker gets home and like, what the hell was that? He doesn't know about anyone trying to kill him.
He just got bit by a spider. Now he's like.
So he goes to home and he types on the computer Oscorp, laboratories, experiments, spider, keywords that help him further his study. And he pinches his hand, puts it on a pad.
What is it called? The
Petri dish.
No, it's microscope slide.
Yes.
In a microscope slide, and he's looking into it, and he misses school.
Because he's spending so much time looking into it.
Yeah, that happened in the morning, when he was gonna go to school, and he missed school, and Aunt May is like, "What the frick? Why didn't you go? You weren't at school today." And Peter's like, "Oh yeah, I didn't feel like going." And Aunt May immediately becomes a better character than in the original continuity. He's like, "Oh, do you hear that, Ben? He doesn't feel like going. I guess it's perfectly fine. It's not fine, Peter. You have to go to school." And it's like, okay. And they're yelling at him, and when he realizes, his hand clinged into the wall.
Is it because he's angry?
No, he just.
Oh yeah, it probably is because
he clenched the wall. Yeah.
He clenched the wall, and his hand clinged into the wall.
And it took pieces of it out.
And took pieces of the wall out with it, and he's like, okay. And he starts.
And do his parents notice?
No.
Uncle Ben and.
No, they don't notice at all. They don't see it. They leave him, and he goes to his room.
They just notice that there's holes in the wall later.
He goes to, well, it's probably like in Bloodlines where he fixed the door.
Oh yeah.
And he goes to his room, and he starts clinging into the wall.
Climbing the wall.
He's like climbing the wall, and it's like, whoa, this is cool. And when he's in school, the next morning when he goes to school, he just crashes through the desk.
Accidentally?
He breaks the desk completely, waking up. And everyone's like, wow, Parker, what a spaz.
Oh, I get it. Like, what? Because he was asleep in class and he woke up? Broke it?
Yeah. And
now he's like swole.
Yeah, and they're in a gym class. And Flash is kind of trying to push himself into Mary Jane. Not in a rapey way, but like in a creepy way. More like...
Just like, yeah.
Hitting on her.
Yeah, he's hitting on her.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, you're caught. And I'm awesome. We should go out. And Peter Parker just throws a basketball at him.
It hits him real hard, I'm assuming.
It hits him real hard in the face.
Oh.
And he's like, oh, Parker, you're on. Okay, let's go. I'll beat you up. And they wait until after school.
Is it eating Flash Thompson? Or, wait,
It's Flash Thompson,
okay.
yeah.
I keep on forgetting if it's Flash Thompson or Harry Osborn.
And no, you can tell by being...
His hair.
His hair has a hair, blonde, dumb.
He has a dumb hair.
Dumb pole cut, yeah.
And he's like, okay, I can fight him. I think I can take you.
Spider-Man is?
Yeah, I can take you. I can take you down. Let's go. And they go outside. And...
Yes.
They go outside and Peter Parker is dodging everything. He doesn't throw a punch. He doesn't throw a punch at him. But Flash just hits him. And Peter Parker open his hand and crushes his arm.
Like breaks his fist.
He stops his punch.
Yeah,
and he breaks his hand.
Oh. Does he not realize he wasn't trying to though? He was just
he wasn't trying to. He was just trying to stop him. He's like, stop, but get away. And he breaks his hand.
Looks like an anime. He's like,
that's Brian Michael Bendis being awesome. And when he goes home,
he gets yelled at.
No, and Harry goes home and it's like, yo,
not Harry. Thompson, right? Flash Thompson.
No, Harry.
Oh, Harry. Because he heard
Harry's at home and it's like, yo, did you hear of the fight that Peter Parker had? Kong is at his house.
Yeah.
And he's like, and Peter Parker broke Flash Thompson's hand. That was awesome. and Norman is overhearing the whole conversation, and he says, "Hey, don't you have like that kid, Peter Parker, that goes to school with you?
He's in your class.
He's in your class, right?" And he says, "Yeah. Well, you should bring him over. He should. I'll show you the lab." And Harry has this moment with his dad, like, you're gonna show me the lab?
You love me, really?
Which
No.
is kind of sad
Doesn't
because
love him.
he hates Harry, but idolizes
He
Peter.
hates Harry.
The next, yeah.
Oh, that's the whole part of his idea.
The next morning, Peter Parker gets home and he's like yelled at by Uncle Ben and Mary Jane.
Yep.
Not Uncle Ben and Aunt May because he got a fight in school, and they're like, "You're gonna have to pay for the bills, because if not, we're gonna get in trouble, and the Thompsons are gonna sue us. You can watch it. You can look over it." And Peter Parker's like freaking out.
Yeah.
And then they go to the mall again because they're having a big thing. They have a big stage
Yeah.
for a future fight that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
A future wrestling company is
Oh, so it's not like a fight, like a.
Yeah.
It's an actual like.
a
Official.
wrestling
It's
company.
official.
Is a wrestling company is gonna be here.
WWE.
They're gonna have a big fight. Okay, they're gonna have a big fight over at the
Like
at the mall.
A wrestling match.
It's a wrestling match.
kickboxing.
It's a wrestling match. And
Yeah, yeah.
Kong is over there. It's like, we're gonna have a big thing for this thing, and we're gonna fight, and we got the Crusher,
And the thing
the
with
Crusher Hogan, and versus the da.
This is not-
And anyone who has the nuts to fight him will get $1,000, like in the movie.
Yeah.
And Kong
Oh,
is
yeah.
like, I'll fight him. Oh, how old are you? I'm 16. No, man, you gotta be 18 or older or to fight into this thing. And I'm like, oh, you're full of crap. You know I can beat you. Kong is like that.
Yeah.
Like a normal teenager would be. And they have him, and Peter Parker gets the idea. And he makes a suit, a crappy Spider-Man suit. And he jumps into the fight, into the combat, into the ring, and he starts
Illegally
fighting.
Fights.
And he beats him. He beats Crusher Hogan.
I thought you said he bites him.
He
Where is it?
beats. That's later in the book. Wait, no, that's I'm going to next through the volume. Anyway, I don't have it. It's not here. And he fights him, and he beats the Crusher.
crap.
He beats the crap out of the Crusher, and they hired him. They hired Peter Parker on the spot. And he's like, sweet. So with that money,
Sweet.
he pays the medical bills from Flash Thompson.
Wow.
But suddenly Aunt May call him out again, and he joins the basketball team. Peter Parker joins the basketball team
Because they want him, obviously.
because he crushes it completely.
Oh, I
Like,
wonder
he's good.
What if people like did
He's
a blood
so
test
good.
and they found out it looked like he was doping actually because like
No,
he's boosted.
and
He's like, I'm not doping, I'm telling you.
they find
My
out
blood.
throughout the whole bulk of the book. Peter Parker makes bad decisions, terrible decisions. He's crushing teenagers and
Hands.
playing basketball. He's crushing teenagers playing basketball, and he's crushing wrestlers during the night. And he makes horrible decisions throughout the book. And one day, Uncle Ben and Aunt May call him out because he has a D in English.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't get it. I paid Flash Thompson's medical bills. I have a lot of money. Why are you getting mad at me over this? I don't need school. And he runs off.
Oh.
He runs out of the house.
I don't need school. School's for chumps.
He runs out of the house, and he
Well, I guess if you're super
goes
if
to
you're
Kong's
an
house.
epic athlete, then
Goes to Kong's house, and he's like, "Hey man, can I crush at your couch?" He's like, "Sure." My parents are kind of
to Harry's house.
not Kong,
Kong.
because he's a basketball star now.
Kong's
He's
about-
now friends
Oh,
with
Peter Parker.
Yeah.
And
because
he's
they're
like,
terrible people.
and Peter Parker's like, "Well, fine. I gotta get my life ready." And Kong is like, "Hey, you want to go to a party?" Like, "Sure, I'll go to a party. Whatever." During one of the nights of wrestling, they fired Peter Parker, by the way, because someone stole the whole cash,
And they thought it was him.
and they thought it was him.
Ay.
I would like.
Sucks.
Wouldn't they sue him though?
No, they just fired him
Mm.
because he was never on the actual
Mm.
thing.
It was more like, you show up, we'll pay you.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they pay him under the table. That's
There's
the whole thing.
no contract.
There's no contract for Peter Parker, so they couldn't pay him because he's a 16-year-old, and also he would have to reveal his identity for them to pay him.
Wait, how did he fight the Crusher if he was 16?
He never signed
He
it.
put a mask on.
Oh.
Anyway, they fired Peter Parker, and on the way out of the wrestling arena, a robber from a bodega and a cop are going
What's bodega?
towards him.
Bodega.
It's a store, and Peter Parker dances with the guy and he lets him go. And the cop is like, "Hey man, what the hell? You could have tripped him or something." And like, "Hey, I'm busy right now. I have to deal with my life. He had a gun. I'm not gonna get involved." And like, whatever. You're a jerk. And the cop is like, ugh. And he goes after the robber. Peter Parker goes into Kong's house. He's sleeping there, and he goes to a party. And Uncle Ben shows up to the party because there's underage drinking, and teenagers are being stupid.
Not
Yeah.
And he's a policeman or something?
No, Uncle Ben is
he's
just
just
looking for
disappointed.
Peter.
Oh, he's like, the teenagers being stupid? That's my... Oh, no,
That's my
nephew.
job. Anyway, and
His nephew is stupid.
he pulls Peter Parker out of the party, and Peter Parker's like, "You're embarrassing me right now." And Uncle Ben is like, "The Peter Parker I know would not care if I was embarrassing him." And it's like, "Look, I know what you're going through. Your father had a philosophy and a principle, really, that if you had the ability to do good things for other people, you have a moral obligation to do those things. It's not about power; it's about responsibility."
And ladies and gentlemen, here comes the big part of every Spider-Man story.
And Peter Parker blows him off completely.
Uncle Ben's about to
Says,
be shot.
"Screw you. You don't get to provide me wisdom through my father."
Does he say with
He
great
doesn't-
power comes great responsibility?
He says with a great... Yeah. The whole speech that I just said, and that's what he says. I'm quoting him. He says, my father doesn't get to provide wisdom through you. Like, get the hell out of here. Leave me alone. I'm going to go back to the party. And
So Uncle Ben leaves?
he goes back home.
Oh,
Uncle Ben goes back home.
Well,
On the
tries
way.
to
He
go
got on
back
the
home.
way home.
No.
What?
He goes home.
Oh.
Peter
This
Parker
time
goes
it's
home
Aunt
too.
May.
Peter Parker goes home too. And when he gets there, Uncle Ben is dead.
At home?
Wait, he's not shot?
He's shot.
Oh, he is shot.
So the thing is, when we go back to Aunt May is telling the story to the cops, and they heard a sound, the sound coming out from the kitchen, and they had a door there, so they thought it was Peter. And Uncle Ben went there. He's like, "Stay here, May," and the guy is like looking for goods. It's the same guy from the bodega.
Mm-hmm. Why'd they rob him? Why'd they rob that house?
Because that was like a week ago. Peter Parker. So the guy thought after robbing a bodega he could like,
You'd be like,
hey, like I
I
can
just robbed a dude's house.
rob someone
Why
at
rob
Queens.
Oscorp?
And Peter Parker's like, and they thought it was Peter Parker. So and the guy's like, where are all the goods? Where's the stuff? And Uncle Ben is like, "Man, you probably have more money than anyone."
Yeah, we don't have stuff.
And Uncle Ben chuckled because they're poor. And the guy got pissed off because he didn't like to be made fun of.
Mm.
And he shoots Uncle Ben.
Oh.
So he's probably a crackhead, but yeah.
He shoots Uncle Ben. Peter Parker is upset. The police the police tell him about what happened.
And
And
does he know the guy?
Peter Parker puts on his mask and he runs towards to the old warehouse where he finds the guy. He tracks him out to the warehouse.
Oh.
He just tracks him down. He's Spider-Man. Shut up.
He's Spider-Man. He can do it.
He tracks him down and he says, "It's you.
You killed him.
I
killed my
messed
father.
up."
Prepare to die.
No, he doesn't kill him. He looks at him, webs him up, and says,
Oh, he has webs now.
"No, he doesn't web him up. I'm sorry. He just delivers him to the police. He takes his ID, his driver's license. He's like, "I will remember you. I will remember who you are, and I will find you one day. You're going to the police right now, but I will find you and I will get my revenge." Anyway,
Dang.
he puts
So he's a more vengeful Spider-Man than normal.
No. After that, he's like, "Oh, what did I do? My Uncle Ben is dead. He was trying to tell me something important and I blew him off. I screwed up." And he puts a Spider-Man costume that they gave him at the wrestling place where he was working at.
Why do they call him Spider-Man?
Huh?
Why do they call him Spider-Man? Do they call him Spider-Man? for
They
the
call him
wrestling?
Spider-Man in the wrestling place. And they gave him a costume, a red and blue costume. And he puts it on. And he's Spider-Man 24 for one night, for one night. Without webbings, by the way.
Mhm.
And when he got...
What does he do?
He saves a family from a building, raging fire. He saves a cat.
Why is there so much stuff happening in Queens? The Raging Fire?
Yeah.
That's like kind of rare.
Yeah.
They save
You got lucky. Well,
they
unlucky.
save a cat from like a. He saved a baby from a falling tree.
A baby.
He was stuck in a tree. I don't know.
A baby was in a tree.
Yeah, shut up.
What crack?
Rockabye baby on the treetop.
In a tree.
Rockabye baby.
Here's the good idea, Janus. I'm gonna take our baby.
He saves a baby. He saves a family from a raging fire, and he is Spider-Man 24/7. When he comes back home, Mary Jane is there, and he just breaks down crying with her too.
Not in Spider-Man suit though.
Not in Spider-Man suit. He takes everything. He's home. He takes everything off, and he's like Spider-Man suit, and he just cries with
He'd be
it.
naked though.
He cries with Mary Jane,
Not naked.
and that's the end of the book.
Not naked. That's in the book. He doesn't die yet.
Like he doesn't say anything. He
No,
just cries?
this is
Oh,
he
he
dies.
dies in Miles Morales'
He dies later. This story goes on for 160 issues
before Miles Morales.
before Miles Morales gets here.
Man,
This is issues
Mama
1
gets
through 6.
mad.
This is issue 1 through 6.
I thought it was like he died.
No.
This issue, and then Miles Morales carried on his legacy.
No, this keeps going. It just keeps going for a long time.
This isn't very different than normal Spider-Man.
Oh no, there's a lot of things that are different here.
Like what?
A lot of things.
Uncle Ben doesn't get
Yeah,
shot.
that's kind of funny. Like they got permission to have a universe where they could do whatever they want,
And they just do something.
Oh,
very
no.
similar.
They did something.
Spider-Man's origin is on 11 pages.
Uh-huh.
This is 6 issues
of origin.
of origin.
So they're trying
Uncle
to-
Ben doesn't die until issue 6.
Oh, okay.
So they're building a universe here. That's what they were doing.
They're trying to make it so yeah. So people are fine with it.
Yeah. So that's what that's the ultimate universe, and this is Stories with Issues, guys. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Hasta luego. Right now.
Hope
Right now.
Here you go, my friend.
I prepared.
Close that man, Emma.
Hey, welcome to Stories with Issues. I'm Lalo,
I'm Jens.
I'm Jeremy.
and hey, Jeremy's back on the couch
What do you mean?
after a long
I've been
time.
here every single episode. You're the one who's always gone.
That's a load of bull.
He's just doing what he's doing, and he's trying to record the episode at his.
Today we're talking about
Oh, it was a different Mexican.
the
phrase.
beginning.
Oh, dang. The beginning of
Get out.
Spider-Man.
Bye, everybody. I'll be back in a couple months.
Oh gosh. Hey, we
Get back. We're doing life story now. Get life story, Jen.
Quick.
All right. Hey, welcome to Stories with Issues. I'm Lalo.
No, we're not restarting. Okay, I'm Jens.
Oh, are we restarting?
Now we're restarting.
No,
Now
we're
I'm
not.
saying it.
No, we're not restarting.
Yes,
Just
we
keep going.
are.
That's
No,
funny.
I'm gonna cut the whole thing and I'm gonna put it on the as a tangent again.
Okay.
Bruh. Okay, I'm gonna show off Alyssa's water bottle then.
That is really nice, and it fell.
Also,
on the way.
yeah, it fell on the ground.
She's
She's not watching. She's never gonna watch this, so it doesn't
He
matter.
threw
But
I'm
it
gonna
on the
send it to
ground,
her.
and I'm gonna specifically show it to her.
Yeah, I'm gonna show it to her
there's
too.
a mark right by the cactus. There's a mark on the ground. There's a mark up here.
He threw it. Like
There's
I
no-
saw him. He chucked.
I chucked it hard. No, it just rolled out my car.
Yeah.
Onto
There's
Lalo's
a
rocky.
mark on the ground.
front.
On the ground. No, there's a mark on the ground
There's
from
a mark,
the ground.
There's a mark of the black ground, silhouette ground on the real ground
Yes,
right
yes,
now.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Hello, welcome to Stories with Issues. I'm Lalo.
Are you sure you don't want to just stop it and start a new one?
Now, you're not Luke Skywalker.
Dog, he's supposed to win. What are you doing?
Nah,
No,
he's dead, bro.
he dies. He loses at the end of that
He
battle.
died.
Oh, that bad.
They're recreating
You're
that.
right.
I'm having
That was the stupidest thing. Like, why was he
But
like
I have
alive
the
and then
actual
he, like,
figure
faked his
from
death
that
and then he
battle.
was
I
dead?
could just do that one.
Oh, dude. Yeah, but that's the aftermath of that battle. It's the same figure. So you have the
It was a
aftermath.
whack
I have
death.
I have the
aftermath.
same.
Think about it. Like,
And then
Luke
I
is like
also
sitting
have
there
just a
floating. I'm
normal
talking to
one
you
and a
guys. You know,
top
you.
team.
Luke is
Top
floating and he's like
Yeah.
imagining he's like I'm here, and then his fake person dies and then he dies.
How do we get into
Why?
How do we get into
That's-
Star Wars?
Hey, so
a
speaking
stupid
of which,
direction.
Rise of the Skywalker's coming up soon.
We're making a.
That's hopefully
we're,
a better movie.
we're making an
I-
episode about the
I'm
prequel.
excited because Abrams is going to fix the last guy's mistakes. and
Hopefully.
hopefully, finally say the words, "Luke is Rey's father." Like,
Something like that.
that's always how it's been. That's always how it's supposed to be.
How do we get into Star Wars?
All of you people who say Obi-Wan, you're crazy,
It's
you're
because
dumb. Just stop
I
talking.
have some passionate beliefs about how Star Wars 8 was not good.
Back into the Parker house.
He likes Star Wars too. I'm just saying.
I love Star Wars.
I'm
Except
not
for
actually
Tom
a massive Star
Holland.
Wars guy, but
Tom Holland
number
like
8.
totally just boomered everyone in that movie. Hey, you remember
Remember
that
that old
old
movie?
Star Wars.
Well, Listen here, you little punk. Like, it's Star Wars.
And
I
Old
feel
movie,
very
old
strong.
movie that no one remembers.
Peter Parker's at the.
Remember that old
is
movie
at the-
no one
at
remembers?
the-
Spider-Man. No, I'm kidding.